Good morning, everyone. This is State Climatologist Gary McManus with your Mesonet weather report. Now we've journeyed into December. That was quite a November we had. We had the most tornadoes on record, a preliminary count of 31. The old record was 12 from 1958, so we blew that record out of the water. We also had the wettest November on record by more than 1.5 inches. So we certainly got rid of some drought, but that weather came with some cost, of course. Now let's get to that new drought monitor map and see where we're at. A much better looking drought monitor map than what we've seen over the last few months. Now we've started seeing these changes over the last couple of weeks, but we've really ended up with a really nice map, at least for most of the state. We still have some of those areas of moderate to severe drought down in southeastern Oklahoma and then up in north central and northeastern Oklahoma. Few areas of abnormally dry, but that at least doesn't signify areas going into drought this time. It's areas possibly coming out of drought. We can see those changes in the drought monitor just through the month of November when we had all that rain and all these drought impacts starting to ease quite a bit. We do see some 2, 3, 4 class improvements in the drought monitor. So we take those severe and extreme drought situations, take those down to no drought at all. That's a 3 to 4 class improvement. So improvement over the entire state. Out in the Panhandle and those white areas, there was no improvement, but those are also areas where there was no drought, so there was nothing to improve. So certainly a great looking change map over the last 4 weeks as well. Now let's take a look at that November rainfall map. Look at all those great numbers. And we had some flooding, that's the unfortunate part, but this definitely got rid of a lot of our drought woes that we've seen building since the middle of summer. So lots of 8, 9, 10-inch amounts, even as much as 11 inches in parts of northeastern Oklahoma. Now, we did have those areas down across southeastern Oklahoma with 3 to 4 inches of rainfall, also up in north central Oklahoma and east central Oklahoma. So those are areas that where that drought still holding on just a little bit. The departure from normal rainfall map for November shows lots of 4, 5, 6 inch surplus amounts, 7, 8 inch amounts in localized areas. Even out there in the Panhandle and down in southeast Oklahoma where they had those 3 to 4 inch amounts, those are still above normal. The Panhandle well above normal, just a little bit above normal in southeast Oklahoma, and of course that's where that severe drought still exists. Now there were some calls from the National Drought Monitor author to improve a little bit more. I asked for that not to happen, and this will show you why. This is the consecutive days with less than 1/10 of an inch of rainfall from the Oklahoma Mesonet, and we're now up to 15 days, so we're well over 2 weeks by the time this airs without a good rainfall across the state. So here we are with another dry spell building across the state of Oklahoma. Hopefully this ends soon because we don't want to go right back into drought as we go through the winter months. But, you know, thank goodness for that rainfall in November. We would certainly be hurting due to this latest dry spell. Finally, the U.S. monthly drought outlook from the Climate Prediction Center for December. We do see those areas where drought currently exists in the state. Those are expected to improve or even be completely removed by the end of December. That would certainly be good news. So we've gotten rid of a lot of drought, at least a lot of the impacts. We do have another building dry spell. At least it's not a lot warmer than normal than what it has been over the last few months. Hopefully that'll keep the drought at bay for a little while longer. That's it for this time. We'll see you next time on the Mesonet Weather Report.